Peace, peace, family. Where my family
Peace, y'all.
at? Where's my family? I don't even know if they get notifications still because it's been quite some time. We've missed you all. What have you all been up to? I am Monier Essence, aka CQ, and this is CK back here, and welcome to the next episode. What is this, episode 3? I can't remember. I think this is episode 3 of The Face of Black Love. So it was funny because we were sitting here and we were having a conversation. Excuse the lighting because we got like super amounts of light coming in through the window. So, but if you can see me okay, that's cool. Make sure y'all comment, like, and share this live. Comment, like, and share. Let's see, live chat. I had to make it where it was live chat able. So comment, like, and share. Okay, who's with us? If you're with us, say something. Let us know you're here. Or you just gonna watch us from afar?
How many people say that?
It's 2.
Okay.
So, okay, Mona's there. Hey, Mona. How are you, Mona? Y'all like my title?
Peace.
My title is called Peacocketry. I know y'all like, what in the world is CQ talking about? Peacocketry. So we talked about, multiple people who are men and women who are in a position where they're unable to find a mate, a suitable mate, or find any mate for that matter. So they're just in this predicament where they are alone and not really sure how to find a mate. And so I was reading a particular post, and that's what made me decide to go live and do this topic. CK has been asking that we go live for quite some time, but I just felt like, I wasn't ready. But now I'm ready to have this conversation. So, you want to go with the male perspective or the female perspective as to why is it so hard for people with these amazing skills, outgoing people, people who have talents, who have businesses, who are professionals, to find a suitable mate? If you just joined us, thank you for joining us. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video on your Facebook pages, okay?
So this episode is more about our opinion on how to find Mrs. or Mr. Right.
This is our opinion.
What should you do to find Mrs. or Mr. Right? And my wife is very passionate about this subject. She believes that you got to be a peacock. And then she switched the word into, say the word?
Peacocketry.
So,
it's the act of being a peacock.
The act of being a peacock. So you might ask yourself, what is a peacock? We all know what a peacock is. It's a thing with the beautiful feathers that's out.
It's a bird.
It's a bird, a beautiful bird, like probably the beautifulest bird you'll see and you want to see, you want to watch, you want to come and watch it. But get in and explain your side, babe.
So I just said this about a peacock, because a peacock. So what should a single woman do? Lord, a peacock. What should a single woman do if she wants to find a mate? She spreads her wings, shows all the beautiful patterns, all the beautiful colors, the multi-dimensions to her sacred geometry, in a way that people come to view. Yes, sir. In a way that people come to view her and take a look at what skills she has to offer. They come to admire her beauty. Now, this is much different from a shallow beauty, which beauty is part of it. We know that the physical appearance is what a lot of people see first, but it's not so much about the physical beauty as the skills that she has to display in her way. So, my opinion, this is my opinion, a lot of women don't know how to cook. That's number one. Number one is you must be able to prepare a good meal on a consistent basis to be able to attract a suitable mate. But you do need to keep them feathers washed. Yes, you need to keep them feathers washed. You need to look good, smell good, and be good. That's CK's model. Look good, smell good, be good.
Definitely. Because odor would chase a mate away. See, a peacock is pretty. You want to come and watch it. So what my wife is saying is, whatever is pretty for you, you got to do what works for you. You gotta do things that attract. See, two magnets, you put them together, is attraction power. But if you flip the magnet over, is a repel power too. Equally, two magnets will repel each other if it's two negatives.
So Mona said that I lost her at cooking. Cooking, now fam, what's that? Okay, so maybe you don't cook. If you absolutely cannot cook, like if you just can't figure out how to pull together a meal, you need to at least be able to prepare a meal in front of that person. So you need to be able to order meals, have your friend who knows how to cook for you, present that on the table in a nice, loving manner, on a nice, loving way. Make it an experience for your mates.
Nowadays,
I missed somebody's comment. Go ahead.
I was in the fresh market, and they had like already-made meals, like 5-minute meals, where it's fresh food that they put together and they already seasoned it. And all you have to do is literally like put it in the pot or put it in the pan, and and there's so many ways of doing that where you don't have to be an excellent cook for you to put together the energy and you could create food. You could that energy though, and it's sad that's a reality still. But men want, if you're looking for a man, men want to feel like you could feed them.
Yes.
Like they could leave feeling whole from their stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you don't necessarily have to cook it all. You don't have to be like the best chef ever.
Right.
But figure out how to get the already made foods and just finish it off. Warm it up.
Yeah, warm it up. I mean, you got Fresh Market, you got Whole Foods, you got all kind of people that prepare food for you in advance. All you have to do is put it in a nice dish, put it in the oven, heat it up, and then present it in a beautiful way. A man needs to know that he's going to be fed. Trust me on this. He needs to know that he's going to be fed. Number 2 is to be able to talk about current events, to have a good level of conversation and a wide range of conversation, not just focusing on what you like or your particular interests, but be able to speak on religion, be able to speak on politics, be able in a way that's not like my way and my thoughts is the right way, but getting another individual's thoughts, getting the man or the woman's thoughts or their ideas about religion, politics, family structure, relationships, all of those things like that.
Be pleasant.
Be pleasant.
Be attractive in being far as in you being you. Like I can't wait. Like, but when I was around my wife, I couldn't wait to get back around her before she was my wife. She had an energy of I wanted to be around her. Create that energy. Do not create the energy of dependence, of sorrow, of hurt, of you got to come with me to the doctor. Like, no, come with me to the park. Come with me to the movies. Don't go to depressing, sad things. Don't go see a depressing, sad movie. Like, create that energy, that environment of pleasant, like, at the same time, don't create it to the point where you giving away your cookies, where you giving everything away, where a person just slide through and they full,
right,
and they don't need to ever come back because you overfed them. So don't overfeed them.
Don't overfeed them. Come on, you better teach that, CK.
Yeah, and to the dudes, be real, be upfront. If it ain't for you, then say that outright. Like, nah, this not working, and keep it moving. Don't play with people, because you end up tied to a lot of negative energy and hate and all that. And it's hard for you to find the right one because you got so many wishing negative things on you because you ran through so much mess. So don't run through mess. It's not worth it. A few moments or a few hours of pleasure is not worth a person hating you and hating on you and putting out negative energy against you for weeks, months, years, or whatever.
Mona says the hardest thing is making a man feel needed and not just wanted. It's hard after 20 years of being single.
So read it one more time.
It's hard making a man feel needed and not just wanted after 20 years of being single.
Yeah, but you can't really make a man feel needed. He has to actually create the space of it.
Come
on.
Like,
it gotta be real. If you have the car, the house, you have the job, the money, and he just got out of prison or he don't have nothing, he's really not needed. Like, except for in the sexual area to scratch that itch. And if that's the reality, how do you not make them feel that's the need that you have? If that's the true need that you have, like, I don't really need your money, you don't got nothing. I don't need this, you don't got nothing. But I need this itch over here. Like, that's being real. Like, bro, you gotta scratch this itch. And then it creates that, that it's just messy.
That dynamic. But I think, like CK was saying, a man has to come into the situation creating the environment where he is needed. Not that you are creating the environment, because see, what's going to happen is you're going to come across as needy. And we don't ever want to come across as needy. See, when you start trying to create that environment and try to, diminish yourself or create circumstances where he feels like the man where he can rush through and save you and become like your knight in shining armor, he's going to look at you as needy. And eventually he's not going to want to be with you anymore. Unless he has a very low self-esteem himself. And then that relationship is just not going to work altogether. But what he has to do is come in as the man and create the environment where you need him. I was single when I met CK for about 3 years, maybe 3.5 years. And I've always been a strong, independent woman. I had never really been single, though. That was like my first time, other than the 6-year period, that I ever been single, like just by myself with nobody involved. And I think when you get into that single state, it becomes easy to relax into that or to rest in that space because, and then you don't know how to invite somebody into your already single life, because single becomes a mind state. And when I realized that I was coming into the single mind state, where I started to feel like, oh shit, I'm comfortable with just being by myself and I don't really want nobody coming in here because they're going to be touching my stuff. They're going to be turning on my TV. They're going to be turning on the light. They're going to be wanting to do this and that, disrupting my peace. If I get too comfortable in that, I will never make room for the person to come in. So you still have to have a balance between being by yourself and being comfortable with yourself, but also expecting a mate to come in and to help you. And it's his responsibility as a man to create an environment where you are needed. When CK started to come and I was spending time with his son and we started going out together, I didn't realize how much I needed that adult time. I needed that one-on-one time with the male and a child. That was something that I was lacking. My daughter was getting older. Here's a younger child and a male figure that are adding to my life or creating an expectancy. So now I expect to see them on a day-to-day basis because we had such a good time while together. While we was together, he wasn't trying to demand me, you need to sit over here, you need to wear your hair like this, cross your legs like this, talk like this, do like this. You know, it was a space where I was allowed to be freely myself. And once he created that environment, I began I begin to give off the aura that I need you to create this environment for me more and more each time.
So, what I say to the men is, you gotta have balls, bruh. You don't have to have all of the money though. In this society, it's hard for you to actually make more money than the woman. That's just a reality in this time that we're living in. So we have to deal with it. Deal with reality. We could talk about how it should be. That's one way. But deal with reality. Reality is the women got a head start because they've been going through far as school with a mindset, I'm gonna get this career, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make this money. Men, a lot of us been hanging out, been chilling, get a little older and be like, okay, I need to do something. And end up getting like a factory job or something, make a little money, but overall, her paycheck is probably bigger than yours. That does not mean you don't exist. No.
Right.
And that does not mean that you're supposed to scream at her and yell at her and try to force her into your submission either.
Right.
No. You have to figure out a way to make it work. Far as a realistic working where you work and you should still take care of bills. Really, if you ask me, you should pay the mortgage or the rent or whatever that is. You should take over that particular bill. And then at the same time, y'all have bills that y'all work out together. But you need to carve out an area for your testicles. Like, look, I'm handling this. And this is what I can do.
Carve out an area for your testicles.
Yeah, carve out an area for your testicles. And it could be the area that your testicles could fit in. So if you're a big man and you make big money and you're doing big things, then you should carve out a big area. If you're a little man, you know, you're doing a little something, be realistic. But like, babe, I can only handle this right now, and I will handle this. I'm not going to kill myself far as put myself in an early, grave because I'm trying to handle something I can't handle.
Come on.
But I'm going to handle this and handle it. And then help. And when you do that, that helps take her mind away from it. You should handle something that's serious, like the mortgage or the rent, whatever that bill is. Try to take care over that. And tell her to handle the lights, the phone, the cable. Like if it's that serious, like your money ain't that long, carve something out, claim it, put your manhood on it, say, I'm gonna handle this, and handle it. And she will love and respect you for that.
Yeah, I totally agree. When CK and I started dating, when we became married, CK took over the rent. That became his sole responsibility. Really all other bills, because he wanted big balls.
Yeah, I took over all the bills.
So he took over all of them.
And I couldn't afford it though.
And he couldn't afford it, and he struggled, and it was stressful, which thus we now work together, and it's now a mutual, it's a mutual responsibility, you would say. And we have a mutual level of respect. And when we both come to make decisions, both of our decisions hold water.
That's right.
You know? And so I think it's very, very important that you, number one, we talked about being a peacock. And this can go for men or women as male peacocks.
Let me explain the peacock from the male level. Biggie Smalls was a peacock. Even though he was overweight, real dark skin, and a lazy eye.
However.
Now, I don't think dark skin is ugly. I think dark skin is beautiful. I'm not talking about Biggie Smalls, though. He's a man. I ain't really trying to judge him.
I'm just saying his.
But far as
lyrics.
far as society, he was extremely dark. He had a lazy eye, and he was extremely overweight. Now, these things right here will make you in this society look like non-attractive. But he was so attractive, He stayed coochie down to his socks. Rings would watch. Like the way he showed forth his skill, showed forth his talent, the way he dressed, the way he walked, the way he carried himself. He gave off an energy of sex symbol. He was a sex symbol in his day and time, even though he didn't fit a sex symbol image. And so it's not about the way you look. It's more about the way you carry yourself and the way you use your talents, your energy, the way you give it off, the way you put it out. Be a peacock, be attractive, be great, be the one that people want to be around. Be the one that people can't wait to see.
Right.
Be the one. If you that, you'll have all kinds of people propose.
We talked about today. So I talked about, like, I see a lot of women now talking about how lonely they are. Excuse me, we just ate. But how lonely they are. Oh, I love some big men. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Jeez. But yeah, so we talked about how people crave the attention of other people now, to the point to where they're almost begging and trying to pull a person into their circumference. And I said, I can't recall. I looked at CK and I said, what did I say? I can't recall me ever
desiring.
I said ever vocally, desiring friendship, relationship, whatever, that much, to the point to where I'm trying to pull or drag another into my circumference. When I wanted company, the time when I was single and I wanted company, I wanted people to come visit me, I wanted to be in the company of other adults, I would prepare a meal. And when I prepared a meal, I would also have a topic of discussion over that meal. So it created all of this dialogue. People couldn't wait to come to my house to eat. They couldn't wait for that invitation. Oh, Monier's cooking. Oh, Monier's having a gathering. That helped me fill that void of wanting that interaction with other people. So I didn't have to beg for it. I created the environment. So when you think about a peacock is the epitome of beauty. A peacock is self-love. A peacock is honor, integrity, the sacred geometry, the intricateness, intelligence, the spice of life, so you speak. She's colorful. He's colorful. So you have to put yourself in a space that whether you are enough in tune with your chakras that you can operate in them, even if you don't really know what they are, but you can present yourself in that way. Peacock teaches us the importance of facing life's challenges as well as the unknown with courage and confidence. When the peacock strikes gracefully into your life, you may be entering a time of rebirth. So, as we're talking about this peacock symbolism, you have to make sure that you're already, before you can even become a peacock, you have to make sure that you're already in position to be reborn, to become somebody new, to to shed off those ugly sides of you, those things, that ugliness, and put on the spirit of beauty.
When I first came around my wife, she never complained. It was good reasons for her to complain. She did not complain. She was so pleasant, so like, let's work through it, let's make this work, that I had to marry her. And then her cooking was so good. Like, she literally made a living off of cooking food, and people came to get plates. I had to marry her. Like, everything about her, for that moment, everything about her was screaming the perfect bride. And I had to submit and be like, she's the perfect wife. Like, and I still believe she's the perfect wife. But right after we got married, we went through such hard times. I was like, damn, what happened to this peacock? But that's a whole nother conversation.
And you rebirth, you come back into that peacock. So you're going to lose some of your peacock. You're going to lose some of your beauty through the challenges of life,
But when you're attracting somebody, when you're working on getting married, you put your best foot forward. Put your best face
Don't try to be like needy. Don't try to be, and this is nothing directly to nobody else, but don't try to be sickly. Don't try to be the damsel in distress who needs to be rescued. They already looking at you like, how can I keep this person in the friend zone? How can I keep them as friends with benefits? You know, how can I still maintain the benefits of the relationship but not actually commit?
Not
yes,
full
don't
of
be
drama.
full of drama. And this is men and women. We're not talking to just
overflowing
women.
With drama.
We're talking about, I mean,
anybody in your presence get soaked in drama.
Right.
When I say in drama, I'm talking about you talking about your family members is out to get you or this or that, and you pulling them in. Oh, save me! Like, just don't be full of drama.
Right.
Don't have, for the men, don't be full of drama. My baby mama might bust your windows out.
Nobody wants to hear it.
Somebody might run up on you. This, that. There's so much drama when a person come in your presence. They gotta look over their back.
Right.
Like, that's corny.
A woman shouldn't have to be fighting with your baby mama and arguing with your baby mama and all that because you haven't regulated.
If you're a man and you got a daughter, have a understanding with your daughter when you bring women around to be respectful. Don't have your daughter cursing out a potential, like, especially if you like feeling her. I'm not trying to.
Children.
Yeah. Have a level of control over that. It's just too much drama is not gonna work. You're not gonna have.
You're putting too much pressure on something that hasn't even built the foundation yet. And so without the foundation, too much pressure is going to cause it to come crumbling down. You want to keep that beginning, that first beginning of the relationships as pressure free as possible. Like CK said, I was always pleasant. No matter what situation arises, I dealt with it gracefully because I wanted to build a foundation first. Before you get to see how I act under pressure for real, let's build this foundation first. And this is not about being phony, but this is
fake.
I wasn't fake at all by no shape, form, or fashion. So don't be fake. We always got to be authentic.
She was never fake.
But I was willing to exchange my unhappiness to receive love and care and protection.
And to the fellas, once you find the right one, if you feel like she's not willing to give her all to you, it's because you didn't marry her. Like, she don't supposed to give her all to you until you show and prove that you're
married
ready.
It's so long away. We're gonna get married in 3 years, 4 years.
You gotta show and prove that you're worthy to give. Like, I married my wife quickly, but I let her know from the beginning.
We don't suggest that for everyone.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting that for everyone, but I let her know from the beginning. I have plans of creating something huge. I'm talking about a multi-million-dollar. I want $100 million. I told her that from the jump. I want to create a multi-million-dollar company. I want to be on a whole nother level. Like, that's who I am. That's what I'm building. And it's on, like, I try to paint the picture like so big. And her words to me was, that's easy. But I told her up front what I was after, and her response was, that's easy. And she meant every word. And I heard it in her mouth that she meant it was easy. So that made me even more be like, hell yeah, let's do this. So when you find the one that you think like this could be the one, let her know what you have, what your plan is, and if she's on board with that plan, then let her know you're on board with her by signing those papers, by actually bringing her all the way in, so she don't gotta be worried about another girl. She don't want to build you up, because that's what females naturally do. The woman naturally builds up men. She don't want to build you up so you could go with another woman. She'll make you better for somebody else. She don't want to do that. And every woman that did that, that did not get their ring and built the man up, and he ended up going with somebody else, marrying somebody else, and you reaped all the benefits, that woman that's sitting back is angry as hell right now. You don't understand what I did.
Casting all kind of spells.
Yeah.
Casting all kind of spells and bitterness and anger and hatred towards that person. That their new relationship is destined to not work just because of the anger and the fire and the bitterness. Kind of like that Mary J song, I'm going to get a return on my investment. Like when she's saying, no, you going to give me a return on my investment. But those things end up destroying the relationships and future relationships to come. So as we wrap up, because we try to keep these pretty much short, we want to think about the peacock. The peacock is beauty. Okay, this is mean to handsome, whatever you want to call it. But it is beauty.
Put your best foot forward.
It is balance. It is balance. Having balance, being able to release the amount of pressure that you're putting on a relationship in the beginning. It is wise vision. Being able to see if this is a good mate for you. I bet y'all didn't even know peacocks got good eyes. It's having that wise vision to be able to see. It's about awakening. When you walk up on a peacock and they see you admiring its beauty, it awakens and the feathers open and then it begins to spread. It's about immortality. Once you get that memory of you seeing that peacock, you'll never forget that memory. Think about the times when you seen a peacock. You remember every single the times when you seen a peacock. It's that memory, unforgettable. Making your interaction. Every time I was with CK, I tried to make every interaction unforgettable through my pleasant demeanor, because that's all I had to offer, and love to his son at that time. I had to offer a pleasant demeanor, some good food, and some conversation. And so I tried to make it, never ending. This is never ending. This is continual. This is about spirituality. You got to have some level of spirituality. If you don't have no spirituality, you don't even really know who you are. You don't really know how this thing is going to work. You don't know how to manipulate the unseen to work in your favor. So you got to make sure that you have spirituality. Self-confidence. The peacock don't walk around saying, tell me I'm beautiful, tell me I'm beautiful. I need y'all to tell me that I'm beautiful. The peacock knows it's beautiful, and it shows its beauty once it knows someone is looking. It's about a level of awareness. They keep their wings closed until they know somebody's looking, and they find out you looking, they spread them and they strut. So it's still being aware of the people around you who could be potential mates. Oftentimes we overlook.
And be classy.
But please be classy. And don't think it's all about your face. Or think it's all about your body. Don't be shallow.
Be a peacock, not a buzzard.
Have some depth. Have some depth to you. It's not all about your face, and it's not all about your body. I'm sorry to tell you, your face may be pretty and your body may be nice, but that's not what it's all about. That's not the only thing. Don't be a crow. He's screaming out. Have some leadership. Have some leadership. Men don't want no weak woman. I don't care what they told you. I don't care what you heard about, submission, and you think that equals weakness. No, ma'am. Women don't want no weak man, and men don't want no weak woman. It's the reality. Like attracts like. So you want to be able to see it. Resurrection. Even if you have a dark past, which I had a dark past, and actually that's how I met CK, because he was supposed to come in and record it. And I shared some very, very crucial things with CK about my past, but not in a woe is me, like, look at me, in a way of look where I've come from, CK. Look at the things that I've overcome and look at me now. Look how I'm shining. Look how beautiful I am. Look how intelligent I am. Look how I can take what the painful experiences that I've been through and actually become a peacock out of them. And then laughing. You got to laugh. You've got to absolutely laugh and enjoy that situation. Stop finding reasons to be unhappy and stand in that unhappiness. Nobody wants to commit to you when you're always unhappy and you find a reason to be unhappy about every little thing.
Nobody want to be around that because that's funky. You got to be clean.
Don't be a skunk.
Let your energy be clean, be refreshing. Do you want a dirty cup of water? Do you want a clean, fresh cup of water? Be a clean, fresh cup of water. Something that people just can't wait to drink in, can't wait to bathe in. Do you want to bathe in sewage? No, nobody don't want to bathe in sewage.
No.
Or do you want to bathe in,
spring water?
Spring water. So your energy, your spirit, when you come through, just be that. Especially if you like a person, be that. Men, if you like a woman,
don't pretend like you don't like them.
Yeah, take her out and pay. Even if she got a good job, take her out and pay. Make her feel precious. Make her feel great. Make her feel good. Make her feel good. And she will make you feel good in return. That's how it works. Now, it's greater for you to be with one woman and marry and create something for a generation than it is for you to just be a player. and have so many
That's
people,
that immortality.
so many people hating you and wishing negative on you.
You want to be immortal? CK just gave you the science on how to be immortal. It's to find you one woman, one woman,
not 2 or 3 or 4,
not 2 or 3.
That's all with it. That's just still madness.
That's still madness.
Because it's not gonna be done right.
It's
messy. And
you're not gonna be done right because you wasn't raised right.
Yeah, because you wasn't raised in that. I mean, I think it could be done if they was raised in that type of culture and it's done a certain way. But we ain't talking about that. We not there. We here. And here, you don't even know how to make one woman feel special. How the hell you gonna make 3 or 2? Make one feel like she's the one, because she is. And she will give back that love. She will give back that energy. And what y'all can do is greater than anything else. Greater than 3 of y'all trying to make it work.
She will give back that energy. Whatever you give to a woman, she multiplies it. Fellas, do you hear me? Whatever you give to a woman, she takes that and she multiplies it. So, with that being said, your answer to immortality is to find you one woman, marry her, and build something that will last for generations to come. Okay?
And how you find her? You gotta be a peacock.
You gotta be a peacock.
What's the word you use?
Peacocketry. Practice peacocketry. It's the art of being a peacock. Peacocketry. Let's get it. Beauty, balance, rise,
appreciate y'all.
Immortality. Love y'all.
Peace.
How do I stop it?